Welcome to lesson number 10, Ad Viewability Solutions. In this lesson, we will learn what is Ad Viewability Solution, why it is important for the publishers, and steps to check your score. Let's go to it. Before we dive in some recommendations to improve your score, I wanted to do a quick summary of what's ad viewability according to the Interactive Advertising Bureau. So, for display, 50% of the ad must be visible to the viewer for at least 1 second. For video ads, 50% of the ad must be visible to the viewer for at least 2 seconds. Keeping that in mind, we will start talking about how viewability score is important to maximize the revenue of your inventory. Keep in mind that the higher the viewability score, the better would be the performance as well as the demand for the publisher's inventory. The ideal viewability score that publishers aim for is more than 70%. However, 50 to 70% is still an acceptable figure. Why good viewability is needed? Digital advertisers understand that high viewability generates better run on investments for their ad campaigns. That is why they target sites with high viewability and also are ready to pay more for such inventory. Taking that in mind, as a publisher that you have a low viewability score, you will be overlooked by advertisers who set minimum thresholds. As we mentioned before, with a high score, not only the site will secure higher bids, but these publishers can even demand a premium rate for their inventory. Steps to check your score. To help you gain insight into whether low viewability affects your revenue, we've outlined a step-by-step process. First, check your account average for your AdX AdSense account for the last month. This will give you an idea of what is the average score for your viewability. Then go to Reports, select last month as date range, month as the report dimension, and select Active View Viewable in the report metrics. Hit the Run report and check your results. Are you above or below the 50%? Now, let's take a look at this compared to your eCPM over the last 12 months. Press the Edit button, then change the date range to the last 12 months. Rerun the report. Now let's just analyze. Has your monthly average eCPM dropped, increased, or remained at the same? Has your active view viewability done the same thing? If eCPM has dropped and your ad viewable impression rate has remained below 50 or dropped even further, there is a good chance low viewability is reducing your revenue. So how can you improve ad viewability? We're going to start talking about ad sizes and ad positions. We recommend trying to use at least one vertical unit on every page of your site. Vertical formats like 300 by 600 and 160 by 600 are above the average viewability rates. Another examples are for mobile. 120 by 240 and 240 by 400 are considered to be the best and ideal for high viewability. Ad position. As per Google, data suggests that 73% of above the fold placements are viewable, which is much more compared to below the fold or top page placements. Our second recommendation is improving page load speed. Here, both speed of ads and the website matter in order to deliver the best viewing experience to the user. A couple of ways to improve loading speed include limit the number of header bidders. When you attract more bidders for your site, that generally means a slower auction process. Though know immediately, the impact of having a lot of bidders on your wrapper can be felt in the impressions, page speed, and even the engagement. If two bidders are performing well and others aren't, they can be easily removed and not harm your revenue. Use lazy load to your advantage. Lazy loading helps in delaying the loading of parts of the page that are out of view for the user. If you have to use lazy loading as part of your site, it is recommended to use it on below the fold ads that have a low impression rate. This would not only improve the speed of the site but also increase the viewability rate. And last but not least, sticky ads. Sticky ads are also called anchor ads, since they are anchored to the screen. They are available on both desktop and mobile devices. Remember, if you're running Google Ad Exchange, you need to declare sticky units in AdX rules and check with ad networks if they allow them. Now, two recommendations when using sticky ads. To avoid hurting user experience on desktop with regarding to sidebar sticky ads, consider using 300 by 250, 160 by 600, or 300 by 600 ad sizes. If you decide to run an anchor ad at the top or bottom of the screen, you can essentially run any size just as long as it's not taller than 90px. For mobile, 336 by 280, 320 by 50 for sticky ads are a great choice, and they should not exceed the height of 100px. We've reached the end of our lesson. We learned a few things about how viewability is important. Remember that having a high viewability allows you to improve revenue coming from different demand partners, as sometimes advertisers overlook publishers with low viewability scores. Also, take this lesson and have it in hand so you can remember all the steps on how to improve your viewability. Thank you for watching. Now let's go to the next lesson.